Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. It is Jackstown, and for today's video, let me just quickly tell you guys a story before we start today's video. So, I was sitting there, right? Barbecue sauce on my... No, I'm not gonna tell you how that one ends. I think you guys know. No, that's not the story. The real story is, well, it's kind of brief and short and not really a story at all, but basically, I was thinking about March Madness, just like everyone else is probably at this time of year, and I was thinking about how I already made a Sweet 16 second chance bracket, and I also made a now pathetic initial full-sized bracket. And, you know, I've seen a lot of videos where people fill out their brackets sometimes just for fun in a weird way. Like maybe they'll flip a coin and then whoever wins the coin toss wins that matchup, and then they go all the way to the championship. You know, unorthodox ways to fill out your bracket because, you know, it is unpredictable. So sometimes maybe that bracket's better than one that uses logic and analysis. So I thought for today's video, just for fun, you know, we would step aside from the usual, you know, logical, analytical decisions and just base it off of, you know, something that I thought of. Why not pick the winner of each matchup based on their school's mascot and which mascot would win in a fight? Because, you know, I thought that'd be fun. You know, you don't really need to be big on sports to enjoy this video. So this video is a little bit for everyone. I mean, it has something for everyone. I think you'll all enjoy this. You know, let me know in the comments if you disagree with me on any matchups, your opinions on each mascots, because, you know, every college is unique to their mascot. I think, you know, every school, that's what makes them unique. And, you know, I thought, why not, you know, honor their mascots, you know, pay some homage to their mascots for this video, just have a good time with this one. So basically, yeah, whichever mascot would win in a fight based on my completely not objective opinion, super subjective opinion, you know, whichever mascot would win in a fight wins that matchup. And then the champion will be the one with the most powerful mascot in terms of combat. So, you know, why the heck not? So let's get this started, guys. Let's just have some fun with this video. Okay, Gonzaga versus Creighton. So Gonzaga is the Bulldogs and Creighton is the Blue Jays. So a fight between a bulldog and a blue jay, you know, blue jays are cool, but they're little, just tiny birds, and a bulldog is just rough, vicious. You know, it's way more powerful. I know the blue jay can, you know, be stealthy and avoid the bulldog. You know, it can fly away. You know, it could avoid it, but you know, it can't beat the bulldog in a fight. All a bulldog needs is just one little swipe or paw or one little, you know, the moment it catches the blue jay's done. So I'm gonna have to go with the Bulldogs. So the Gonzaga Bulldogs will advance because their mascot's more powerful, and they probably advance because they're probably a better team anyway, so it doesn't matter. But all right, moving on to the next matchup, the USC Trojans versus the Oregon Ducks. Now, I think when they talk about the Trojans, they mean a horse, right? Because like the Trojan horse. Hang on, I might have to look up what some of these mascots are, so just give me 1 second. Let's see if we can figure this out. Hang on. Okay, so when I looked up what is a Trojan, the first thing that came up was Trojan horse here. So I assume that's what they mean anyways, but I also saw this. It says, what does a Trojan mean? It means someone who is a native or inhabitant of Troy. I don't think that's what they mean. I think they mean a horse. So who would win a horse? I would say a medium. I don't know how big a Trojan horse is. I don't even think a Trojan is a type of, an actual species of horse, but who would win, a horse or a duck? A horse would win. Come on now. A duck, you know, ducks are cool, I guess. They're cute. But we're talking about horses. They can just stomp on the duck. So USC wins in this matchup of mascots. Now we move on to the Michigan Wolverines and the Florida Seminoles. Okay, Wolverine, we're not talking about the Wolverine. We're not talking about Hugh Jackman kind of stuff, although that would be pretty awesome. But we're talking about the animal, the Wolverine, and that's like a little, you know, it's kind of like a not too big, maybe a few feet long. It's like a hedgehog's kind of size, I assume. So, and then what's a Seminole? I mean, it has something to do with Native Americans, right? Hang on. Mom, what's a Seminole? Okay. All right, what is a Seminole? Okay, a member of a North American people of the Creek Confederacy, noted for okay, it's a person. It's like a warrior or something, a native tribal person. So who would win, a native tribal person or a little Wolverine? Come on now. A native tribal person. A Seminole would definitely win in a fight. All right, UCLA Bruins and Alabama Crimson Tide. Okay, I'm going to need a lot of clarity in this matchup. I need to look up both of these. Hang on, what is a Bruin? I think I actually have no idea. I got to be honest. I know the UCLA Bruins is like, okay, so a Bruin is an English folk term for brown bear. Really? Oh, wait, no. Okay, now that makes sense. Okay, I just forgot. Yeah, it's a bear. Now that I think about it, yeah, obviously California bears. You know, it's a type of bear. I just forgot for a second. I'm sorry. Oh, wait. Hang on. I got to look up what's a Crimson Tide. I don't really know what that means. I'm sorry. What is a Crimson Tide? Okay, I think it's an elephant, right? Because, wait, it's not really an animal or, um, it's not even a thing. It's like a tide's like a wave, right? And then crimson's like a color, isn't it? So who would win, a wave or a bear? How can a wave win? I mean, it could drown the bear. That's actually a good point. It could. Yeah, I'm just gonna say Bruin wins. Bears are cool. So I don't know enough about a crimson tide to know who would win a matchup between a crimson tide and a bear. I mean, a wave, or is that what they mean? A wave? I don't know. All right, speaking of Bears, we move on to the Baylor Bears versus the Villanova Wildcats. Now, Wildcats are a very common mascot. They got the Kentucky Wildcats, obviously Villanova Wildcats, Arizona Wildcats, Abilene Christian Wildcats, Kansas State a lot of Wildcats. So I think Kansas State's a Wildcat. Yeah. Okay. Bear or a Wildcat? A Wildcat is just a cat in the wild, right? It's not that big. Part of the feline family, unless it's like literally a tiger, which it's not. It's like a smaller cat. Or is it actually? Hang on. Hang on. I don't know enough about these I don't know enough about these mascots than I thought I knew. Okay. A wildcat is a species complex comprising two small wildcat species. The European okay, it's like a house cat size, or maybe a little bigger. But a bear is gonna beat a wildcat in a fight. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry for you wildcat fans. But yeah. All right. Arkansas Oral Roberts. Okay. Arkansas Razorbacks, right? Which is like a boar, a kind of, it's in the pig family. And then Oral Roberts, the Golden Eagles. Now, this would be a really good matchup because, boar's kind of, it's like hefty, it's chunky, it's probably a few feet long. Like, I'm thinking like a big, like, pig, right? With horns. But then eagles, they like swoop up like decent sized animals as like prey. Like they take like, I don't know, snakes and like badgers and like chipmunks and just a lot of things. So, this is really tough. I might have to go with an eagle, right? I mean, eagle's got those sharp talons. I don't see a boar having any tactic to take down an eagle. It doesn't have, I don't think it has what it takes. I'm gonna have to go with the golden eagles, right? I mean, eagles are really powerful. They're like top of the food chain, right? Or among the top members of the food chain. I don't know. Okay, Loyola Chicago Ramblers and then Oregon State Beavers. Okay, I'm pretty sure a Rambler's a wolf because of the logo, right? So we gotta just look up what a Rambler is. All right, what is a Rambler? One that rambles? Wow, okay. Any of the various climbing roses with long flexible canes and rather often small double. Is a Rambler a wolf? Okay, thank you. Okay, it's a wolf. Okay, that's what I thought. I don't know why I looked that up. A wolf would destroy a beaver. Okay, I think they eat beavers, or they can. I think that could be one of their pieces of prey. Sure, why not? A wolf is going to beat a beaver. Okay, let's be honest. All right, Houston Cougars, right? And Syracuse Orange. Are we talking like, I know it's the color, but like, what's an orange? I know it's a color, but like, it's not a thing, right? I mean, I guess for the sake of this battle or fight or whatever, I guess we're talking about like the citrus fruit, right? What else can we think of that's an orange? So would a cat win? A big feline like a cougar, or an orange? Oh, that's tough, Of course a cougar's gonna win. Jeez. All right, Cougars move on. All right, let's move on to the next round. Gonzaga Bulldogs or USC Trojans. Okay, who wins, a Trojan horse or a Bulldog? In real life, the Gonzaga team is probably better than USC. But you know what? A horse is going to beat a Bulldog in a fight, I think, right? I mean, Bulldogs aren't big enough. We're not talking about like, what else is in the canine? We're not talking about like a wolf or something. That would be a closer battle. But a horse, come on, horses are big. They're strong. I don't think the Bulldogs got a chance, to be honest. Okay, now another really good matchup. We got a Seminole of Florida State against a Bruin of UCLA. Okay, so a Bruin is a bear, right? And then a Seminole is like a tribal person. So now we got to think back to all the great bear versus human battles. And I'm thinking like the Revenant with Leo. And even though he won, I don't think an average person would beat a bear. But a Seminole is probably not an average person. They probably have experience taking down bears. But at the same time, it's more likely that the bear wins. If we're talking like a grizzly bear or like a full-sized bear, one that you see in the forest, So I'm going to have to go with UCLA here. But, you know, it would be an interesting fight. I'd definitely pay to see that. Okay, Baylor Bears, another bear, or an Oral Roberts Golden Eagle. Now, we talked about how a bear would probably beat a Razorback or anything in the pig family or a boar, whatever you want to call it. I don't see an eagle taking down a bear. Even though it's got those talons, I think a bear is too strong. Like one strong swipe, it could bring it down. And I don't think that eagle is going to win, but that would be a good fight as well. So the Baylor Bears are going to move on. Okay. Now we got a Cougar of Houston versus a Rambler. So a Cougar, okay, so we got canine versus feline here. Who would win, a wolf or like a mountain lion or like kind of like mountain lion bobcat kind of size, you know, a big cat or a big dog? That's a great question. Well, okay, I need some further research for this. Okay, so I looked up how big is a wolf, right? Okay, and a male adult goes from 66 to 180 pounds, a female from between 51 and 120, and then length about 3.4 to 5.2 feet. Okay, so, you know, it's like a big dog, right? I mean, okay. Now, let me look up how big is a cougar. Okay, a cougar, whoa, it's big. Okay, I thought it was, okay, it's like mountain lion size. Okay, 120 pounds to between 120 and 220 pounds for an adult. Female is smaller, but still pretty big. And then a male can be 7.9 feet in length and female 6.7. Okay, I didn't know this. I was leaning towards wolf, but I guess I'm not as much of a zoologist as I thought. And apparently a cougar's bigger and they got those sharp teeth. So I'm going to go with the Cougars in what would be a very interesting fight. So yeah, I think a cougar would win. Surprisingly, I didn't know how big a cougar was, but now we all know. So, you know, it's not just sports knowledge you take away from this channel. It's animal knowledge. You know, it expands beyond sports now officially. All right, now we got USC versus UCLA, which is a Southern California battle, but we're just going on mascots here. Who would win, a Bruin, which is a bear, or a Trojan, which is a horse? Oh, wouldn't that be a good matchup? A horse or a bear? Man, that would be great. Okay, the bear's, you know, slow. The horse is faster. They're pretty similar in size. Well, I mean, a bear's heavier for sure. Well, you know what? Let's look this up too. Why not? Why not? How big is a horse? Okay. A horse is 840 to 2,200 pounds for an adult, 8 feet long. How big is a Bruin? Should I look that? Is there an answer for that? 10 feet long. Okay. Okay. That's a lot bigger than I thought. Wait, what was the horse again? 8 feet long. But a horse is faster. It's got like, you know, it's probably, yeah, it's, you know what? I'm going to go with the Trojan horse only because, you know, I think this matchup will, you know, we might have a bear here, but, you know, okay, let's break this down. Okay, a Baylor Bear, or a Houston Cougar. Now, initially I thought a cougar was small, but then I realized it wasn't. So who would win a fight between a bear and a cougar? That's a good question. I just think a bear's a little too big for a cougar to handle, right? I mean, I think a bear can just sit on a cougar. I mean, it's just too, I mean, like, I'm thinking like, I don't know why, for some reason my mind takes me to like Ice Age, and I know Manny from Ice Age was like a woolly mammoth, but like he's like the size of a bear, or maybe a little bigger, I don't know, but, and then you got like Diego, the saber-toothed tiger, but that's also a feline. I think a bear would win, but it would be a very good matchup. So I think, you know, if we're trying to be as objective as we can, well, actually, I'm kind of being subjective, but, you know, I'm trying to, you know, use the most animal logic that I can. This should bring us down to the championship of Baylor versus USC, which is a bear versus a horse. And guys, you know, the bear's like the king of the forest, right? I mean, but we were already on, you know, UCLA. Okay, you know what? Hang on. A Bruin, okay, hang on, wait, we need to settle this. Okay, how big is an average bear? Okay, I assume when they say Baylor Bears, they mean, what do they mean? They mean like, you know what, I mean, what are the bears in the forest? How big is a grizzly bear? Okay, assuming it means like a grizzly bear, because when I think of a bear, I think of like the most common one I feel like is a grizzly bear. So, okay, male is 600 pounds and then length 6.5 feet. Whoa. So it's way smaller than a Bruin. I didn't know that. Okay, you know what? Let's change this. Let's say the Bruins win, because a Bruin, that's way bigger than your average bear. And then that's bigger than a horse. So I think a Bruin would beat a horse. Now that I'm thinking about its massive size, a Bruin would win, which brings us down to the battle of the bears And see, this is why Baylor needs to be more specific. What kind of bear? Polar bear? Another Bruin? A grizzly bear? A panda bear? You know, they got to be more specific. So because they weren't specific, UCLA was specific with the Bruin bear, which is a big bear. It's bigger, big bear. It's bigger than what I assume is an average bear, because Baylor Bears, it's not specific enough. So by default, I assume it's average. I will say that it makes logical sense that a Bruin is probably bigger than the mascot of Baylor's Bears. It's likely bigger than the bear mascot that Baylor has. So the Bruins of UCLA win the championship. By what score? It doesn't matter. It's not relevant to what we're talking about, but why not? Let's make it 76-75. Great game. All right, guys. So it looks to me like, based strictly on mascots, UCLA wins the tournament because the Bruin Bear is the mightiest bear, and it's also probably the mightiest mascot in terms of which mascot would win in a fight. Not which mascot's the coolest necessarily, but if we're just talking, one-on-one combat, the school remaining with the biggest and strongest mascot is what I think it's logical to say it's UCLA. So yeah, I hope you guys learned a lot from this video. I hope you learned a lot about zoology and animals, because I kind of did too. You never know what you're going to get from this channel, and we just gained some animal knowledge for this video. So see, I provide education at the same time as sports analysis, but at the same time, this was not a sports video, so it was really just an animal video. You're welcome, guys. Welcome to National Geographic. It seems like an episode of that, but yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, if you enjoyed the video, as always, make sure to leave a like. I'd really appreciate it. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. I'd also really appreciate that. Comment. Let me know which let's say this. Comment on which matchup I have wrong, what I'm overlooking here, or what I'm not analyzing correctly. Where do you disagree with me? Where do you agree with me? Any opinions you have on the Battle of the Mascots, let me know in the comments below. And that's going to do it for this video, guys. Thanks again so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys later.